Libra, welcome to your reading. This is your mid-February reading. Hope you're doing well. If it resonates, like, share, subscribe to the channel. And if you want a personal reading, you have the link down below. Help you out with that. Libra, mid-Feb. Okay. Libra. Okay, we'll go with that. Ten of Swords. Clarified by the Lovers. Or not clarified, crossed by. Advice. Okay. Clearly, well, I mean, I look at the Lovers and this is a romantic situation. So current energy, Ten of Swords, crossed by the Lovers. I think there is something here that you've gone round, round, and round. A situation between you and somebody else. And although there is a lot of pros, there's also a lot of cons, right? It puts you in a split situation where you really wish that it worked, but at the same time, you're kind of thankful that it didn't. Because of course, if you're put in a situation like this, then you just become, I don't know, it just becomes like it's like a choice between what you actually want and kind of giving up on that almost. On your recent past, Five of Wands. So it's definitely a battle of egos, okay? I think the undoing of this was more so due to the fact that none of you wanted to give in. You guys didn't want to lose your reason. Because if you think you're right, ultimately you're going to stick to it, right? And I think that came from both sides. And it caused a separation. Not that the feelings are not there, but it's more so like I want it my way, and that came from both sides. Underlying issue, however, Ace of Wands. So there's a really strong desire to be with this individual, very strong. And though you want to, I mean, it's very, you can't really say, no, I don't want that, right? I mean, you can, but you're still going to have the desire, the feeling, the want, the pull towards this person. It's going to be there. And it's been there. And it has not gone away. You're trying to clarify with the world, trying to close the cycle. Trying. A very key word here. But we are not being very successful at it. And it's not really just your side. I feel like it's both sides. It's a magnetic pull that's going on here, even though it's a situation that doesn't necessarily make sense, but there's still that pull. It's crowning you, Princess of Swords. I feel like there's a lot to say still, but there's I don't know. It's just not. It doesn't even necessarily have to be saying, but you're really just thinking about it, right? Like, why? Why am I in this kind of situation? Like, kind of having this fight with myself, internally. Why do I have this pull? You do want to communicate with this person, maybe to find out, I don't know, maybe there is a sense of curiosity when it comes to, okay, is this person feeling the same thing that I'm feeling, right? Well, newsflash, yes, they are, and it's mutual. It truly is. Do you know how to communicate it? Probably not. I think if you have a 5 of Wands over here in your recent past, then there wasn't a proper closure, that's for sure. And I think that's why there is no peace between you two, because that closure is actually very needed at times. You don't want to end the cycle in a bad way, otherwise it's just going to keep coming. It's going to keep repeating over and over until you actually learn the lesson. Even if it's not with this individual, it's going to be with somebody else. And it's just a feels good moment when you do have that proper closure with somebody. I'm telling you, because I've been there on both ends, not having a good closure and having a good closure. And I'm sure God, universe, doesn't want you to do away with somebody like that, especially if they were somebody important in your life. Even if it was for a short period of time, things need to be done properly, right? How you see yourself, Princess of Pentacles. There's a lot of opportunity here. When it comes financially, I feel like you are starting to take your place in a career setting. If not, then you're building something for yourself. I mean, there isn't, because princesses are the first suit, or I'm sorry, the typically it's princess, knight, queen, then king. So this is the very start. It's novice, the very beginning of something. And so you have that going on, but then you have this here that has essentially been put a pin on. And those sticky notes that, they're there, they're important, but they're just kind of taking space and you don't want them, but you can't really get rid of them because they're there, because they're reminding you of something. I feel like that's that. And you just want to throw the sticky note away at this point. How others see you, 10 of Cups. They want you. They have a lot of feelings for you. A lot. And due to that fact, it just kind of confirms the whole, they feel the same thing for you. The thing is, if they have a lot of feelings and they feel the same thing towards you, you probably have a lot of feelings too. But feelings are not enough. It needs to make sense. And I respect that. I respect that. Hopes and fears, 7 of Pentacles. Right now, you you do want to have something with somebody, but you don't want to invest too much because you have too much going on right now. And it would almost be taken away from you, from the time that you have to invest into something. Like, I don't think that you are willing to do that at the moment, not with somebody else. Because right now your time is going to be dedicated to your work, to building stuff for yourself. Give me 1 second. Come on. It's going to be dedicated towards yourself. And the thing is also, it's more so investing investing time and effort into something that it's very unknown. You don't know where it's going to take you. I think it's more so that rather than like investing in a person. You just don't know where it's going to take you. It's very scary for you, Moon. And the thing is, it's not just you. I think it's them as well. Like, they don't want to gamble, basically. They don't want to risk. But, I mean, a relationship is about risking, right? It's about... because you don't know. You're not going to know until you actually walk. And you actually go... because it's not going to be... a relationship is not going to be easy. That's one thing. You're going to have challenges along the way. And, you know, it's going to be difficult, not just for you, but for both. It's going to trigger you in certain ways. It's going to trigger them in other ways. Might not be the same, but it's still, the triggering is still there on both sides. But if there is a willingness with both to continue down the path, it's about knowing that we don't know what's going to be on the other side, but after the moon, I forgot what comes after the moon. But nonetheless, eventually you get to, you know, the star world, etc. But this is just a very unknown place that you're kind of walking, and it's dependent upon what you want to do. Okay, because I wanted to put not an advice, but a clarifier. And I don't like to pull outcomes, but I mean, 6 of Wands, right? And this is an individual who is on a horse, walking down the path to what? Victory. So it seems like you have everything in your power to make this work, honestly, as well as to take the lead upon it and just go in it. And even if it's a big unknown, with confidence, because it's going to lead you to a place where you're actually going to be very, very successful with this. But I think, you know, you guys just don't want to give in. Your advice, Princess of Wands, clarified by 4 of Swords. Just have fun. Just have fun and stop thinking so much about it. Because the thinking is what's putting you guys in here. Don't think too much about it. The thinking is actually doing most of the damage here. If you just go with the flow, just have fun, keep things light, you're going to be fine. You're going to be able to cross this moon. This is just clarify what I said here. 6 of Wands. It's not that serious, folks. Basically is what I'm trying to say. Just go with the flow. Just enjoy the current moment, because eventually you're going to end up in a place where, well, we'll make it through. We made it through. It wasn't that bad after all. But this is two people here that tend to really think about the situation a little bit more than they need to. If I was to say who to blame, it's fair to say both. But that's all right. All right, Libra, that's what I have. If this reading resonated, like, share, subscribe. And if you want a personal reading, reach out to me with the link down below. Good luck, Libra.